I don't know if he wins it. And here we go right away. That took no time.
Michael Pezzetta in his Leaf debut.
Welcome to the team.
Jeffrey Viel, acquired on waivers by the Ducks from Boston.
Pezzetta fans, do not miss the opening puck drop.
Pezzetta.
Well, like a man Pezzetta.
Right. And there's his mom and dad watching. Dad's a Toronto Fire captain.
Toronto 61, 5 minutes each fighting.
Oh, mom taking a breath. That is great. We sort of knew this might be happening. We knew Michael Pezzetta would look to make an impact in some way, shape, or form. Didn't know it would happen off the opening faceoff, but he's trying to show he's in it. This team is maybe not playing for anything in the standings. He's playing for his pride.
That centering pass goes right off Dostal. McCabe with a chance. And Dostal makes the stop on that. Now we got some ill will here.
Gloves are off. That's Ekman Larson and Trouba.
To the
there it is in front.
Nylander finds
That's
Matthews.
A trip knee on knee from Gudas.
Matthews is down. Austin Matthews down and hit by Gudas. And once again, trouble finding Radko Gudas. As Austin Matthews remains on the ice.
And he doesn't stay down.
No.
You almost never see this with Austin. He was walking around him for a chance, and Gudas knew he was beat, stuck out his leg, and they went knee on knee.
That's a 5-minute penalty. The play is under review.
It's a 5-minute major to Gudas. Matthews just now to his feet. Radko Gudas is out of the game. A 5-minute major and a game misconduct for kneeing Austin Matthews.
The replays didn't do him any favors. He's barreling in towards Austin Matthews. We talk about trying to play defense moving forward. Radko Gudas does it a lot, but he leads with his knee, and he goes right knee on knee with Matthews as he goes around him. And you don't love to see that little flex of the knee as he makes contact. And Austin Matthews stayed down. Here's the best look at it. His left leg, maybe the only good news, it was kind of in the air, but he was in some serious distress on the ice, going off the ice, and even down in the tunnel. He wasn't putting virtually any weight on his left leg. So watching the replays, I think Anaheim's bench understood that was going to be a 5. And for Leafs now, a chance to get back in the game on a 5-minute major.
After video review, the call on the ice is confirmed. Anaheim number 7, 5-minute major, game misconduct for kneeing.
Riding the longest active goalless drought in the NHL at 121 straight games. Now a penalty coming to Toronto here as it was off the end boards, and Wool grabs that. An interference call coming to the Leafs.
Harvey's Pickle Poutine is back. Our famous poutine. Fries, cheese, gravy, and plenty of pickles in every bite. Harvey's.
And we got a brouhaha here.
There was a penalty coming up initially to Domi, and he didn't like. He's gone after Seneca a few times this game. We showed it earlier. He tried to go after him again, dropped the glove, and
Domi's being sent to the dressing room here.
I imagine it's a 2 and a 10. And we talked about wanting to keep a lid on this. This is what the referees will be doing the rest of the game. The initial penalty was coming to Toronto. I think Max got to pick up another one, or maybe it's just a 10. So here's the interference. That's late. Domi thinks the stick was high by Seneca on the hit. He's feeling it now after the whistle, and then Max drops his glove.
For interference and a 10-minute misconduct.
Yeah, so it's 2 and 10.
They bailed him out just by giving him a 10. not giving him an extra unsportsmanlike or. Given that Toronto already had the penalty before that scrum started, Toronto's probably pretty lucky not to come up with another penalty, either 4 minutes for Domi or maybe even worse, a 5-on-3. So, but a 2 and a 10, Gord, with 11:50 on the clock.
You're already down Matthews. I mean,
no, but Max doesn't have to leave the game. If this game goes to overtime,
right?
He could come back onto the bench 10 seconds in overtime.
Long shot. That's not great by Estelle. Of course, in Craig Berube's day, it was much more simple. As Riley hammered down Vial. Vial gives him the stick, and Riley goes right back at him.
Good. Good. Everyone in there. Oh,
now, there was no penalty being called initially.
Good on Morgan Riley.
Well, Vial, remember, had the fight with Pizzetta right off the opening face-off. Riley will step right into the penalty box where that altercation took place.
Everyone hitting. There's Morgan Riley hitting out VL. Nothing wrong with that. Here's the one from Nylander. You just don't see this kind of stuff, but it's fantastic for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Yes, they're not playing for the playoffs. But in many ways, Gord, they're playing for themselves and their teammates. And Morgan Riley can do this. Like, you know, he can fight. He can get involved physically.
Pretty sturdy guy.
He's certainly done it many times in his career. And he would have been specifically maybe one of the guys that was feeling the Austin Matthews collision because he was close to Gudas there and didn't get.
Picked up by Nylander. He got thrown down hard by Lacombe. It was Robertson rather. Now Cowan comes in on Lacombe.
Good for Easton Cowan. Come on. He wants his helmet off. Leaf bench loves it. Oh, way to go. That's great.
A sign of the Leafs we have not seen a lot this season.
It's a good sign. Not the fighting so much as sticking up for each other. That's Yarncroke getting hit, or Robertson getting hit. Now the Leafs bench will tell Jackson Lacombe, hang on, when Pizzetta ran you over, you weren't keen to fight him. But you're quick to fight Easton Cowan.
So Cowan gets an instigator.
Yeah.
With 2, 5, and 10.
The Leafs bench will take that all day long. It is an instigator, and that's okay. We're just talking about it. It doesn't matter in the context of this game. It matters in the context of this team. Just playing for Dale Hunter in London.
Yeah.
He's learned a thing or two.
Back, Trouba with a shot. Paling is down in front of the Toronto goal. The massive pile up there. Now Trouba unloads into the pile, and Wool makes the stop. Tavares sends it down. Time expires, and now we have trouble in front. This is McCabe after Viel. And a game that began with this kind of stuff ends with it, but the Leafs end their 8-game winless streak and have won 8 in a row at home against Anaheim. They take it 6-4.